I think the real estate market in 2025 is heading for a major shakeup because the very people who rushed into buying homes during the pandemic, these younger Americans, millennials, and even Gen Z who took advantage of these historically low interest rates and remote work, they're about to become the market's biggest sellers. It's not just a trend, I'm getting calls like crazy right now. And it's going to change how buyers and sellers and investors really approach real estate, okay? So if you don't understand why this is happening and what it means to you, you need to know. That's why you're here today. Watch this video. So let's break it down, because understanding these shifts, I think it'd save you lots of money. And on the Real Deal channel, no fluffs, facts, this is what we do, okay? We get down to the nitty gritty. So let's start with some context here. What happened during the pandemic, right? 2020, 21, the real estate market went crazy. Fed dropped the interest rate to record lows, locked in rates at 2.5 or less. Millennials who have been sitting on the sidelines for years due to rising rents and student loan debt, this was a great thing for them. They could finally buy a home. And then the older Gen Z buyers, they also were stepping into the market for the first time. They were driven by flexibility of remote work and so much desire to leave the crowded cities, right? But the reality is this wasn't a balanced market. This wasn't normal. Homes were selling in hours, minutes. Buyers were forced to make decisions without doing their homework. They bought sight unseen, many of them. They skipped inspections and went way over the asking price to win the bid. So some of these buyers, they weren't ready financially. They stretched their budgets to the maximum, assuming that the low rates in the hot market would make up for it. Now, a few years later, I think the cracks in those rushed decisions are starting to show. These homes for many were just temporary solutions, not long-term investments. And now life is catching up. Like I said, I've been getting many calls from people who want to make a move. They want the real home that they wanted from before, what they really wanted to buy. So why are they going to sell in 2025? Why are they saying to me, well, these younger homeowners, I think, are going to dominate the seller pool in 2025, because I think some of the empty nesters aren't ready to sell yet. Well, one, let's address the remote work. It's like a golden ticket. It gave people the freedom to buy homes far outside major cities. But now companies are calling employees back, come on back to the office, or switching to the hybrid models. So this beautiful house in the middle of nowhere, it's a problem when you have to commute 3 days a week, 2 hours to work. These homeowners don't like the location they're at because their work remote situation doesn't work anymore. I have clients, Dan and Yvette, who bought in Berks County, and now they're like, oh, we need to come back. So then they have the personal factor. They've been telling me that these millennials and Gen Z buyers are telling me that they're in a specific part of their life now, early careers, new relationships, they're just starting families, they're getting married, and they're taking on new jobs. Their needs have changed. The 1-bedroom condo or 2-bedroom starter home isn't the home for them anymore. They're looking for bigger spaces, better schools, and neighborhoods that fit their evolving lifestyles. All my young buyers are worried about neighborhoods and schools. And the financial piece they've been telling me about is that they're saying, well, things are just so hard. I didn't expect things to be so much money. I feel squeezed because they're paying higher prices for gas and groceries and everything else, while their home that was once affordable now feels like a financial burden. So selling is a way to cash in on the equity they built, especially if they bought at the start of the pandemic when prices were much lower. So for some people, they're telling me it's not really about moving, it's about really survival for some of these homeowners. So I don't know, how will this impact the market? What happens if all these people, especially if I'm getting a lot of calls, everybody's getting calls. So what happens if they all hit the market? Well, inventory has been very low, as we all know, and it drove prices up and it created bidding wars. But when these sellers hit the market, when these young sellers hit the market, we may see a surge in inventory, especially in suburban areas where pandemic buyers, where they flocked, right? And for buyers, this could be great for them. More options, less pressure to overbid. It's a whole different type of market. But for sellers, it could create competition, which could soften prices. That means you might have to spend some money to sell your home, right? It's not really a great time to just wing it right now. So you just need a strategy. So you got to give me a call, and also subscribe to my channel to know more about what's going on. And we have pricing dynamics as well. During the pandemic, we saw a huge spike in areas where demand for outpaced supply. We saw it. And in 2025, we're going to see prices stabilize. We're still going to see them coming up, especially in Philly and the burbs. So if you're a buyer, this might finally be your chance to get into the market without the chaos of the last few years. But for home sellers, just really watch overpricing your home with rising inventory. It doesn't work. Price your home lower to attract a buyer to get more. That's what we do. And also buyer preferences have changed. It changed what people want in a home. Remote work made home offices essential. Outdoor space is becoming more valuable. But buyers in 2025, will they want these features? I don't know, right? A lot of them don't care. So if your home doesn't meet these expectations, you'll need to price accordingly or invest in some updates. So here's some advice for you guys. For home sellers, if you're one of our younger home sellers considering selling in 2025, just start preparing now. I tell everybody that. Just don't slap a for sale sign on your yard. Get your room by room review. Get a consultation. Strategize. This is one of your largest assets. Look at your home through the eyes of the buyer like you were 3 or 4 years ago. Do you have curb appeal? Do you have modern features buyers expect? Do you need a fresh coat of paint? Update your lighting and landscaping. All can make a huge difference. You heard about this on my channel as well. Most importantly, work with a realtor who understands the market, isn't afraid to tell you the truth about pricing. I always tell exactly the way it is because overpricing is going to kill your chances for a competitive market. And for you buyers, you've been waiting for this moment. I don't know how much better it's going to get in the early 2025. I think it's going to take a little bit of time, but it could be a year that you're finally going to find that home without the frenzy that we saw in 2020 and 21. But you really need to be ready. So save now, get my budget worksheet, talk to a lender, talk to Crista, get pre-approved early so you can move faster when the right home does hit the market. And just don't look for a good deal, look for a home that fits your long-term needs. You have a chance now to be a little bit selective. So the bigger picture, in my mind, that it's not really just about these younger Americans selling their homes. I think it's just a shift in the real estate market that will affect everyone. Buyers, sellers, investors, along with my last video I did about the empty nesters, the boomers markets, homes that will be hitting the market down the road too. So pay attention. You can make decisions that cost you big if you don't pay attention. Really pay attention. Understand the market. It's really essential to do this, guys. So have the right information. Get ahead of the game. Again, one of your largest assets. So what's your next move? Are you this pandemic era homeowner thinking of selling? Are you a buyer waiting for the right opportunity? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And if this video gave you some clarity, do me a favor, hit that like button, share this with someone who needs it, and subscribe to this channel. I also have many other channels, probate, divorce, and buyers, empty nest. I got tons of channels that I'm working on now to get you great information and niche down for you. So until next time, stay informed, stay smart. Let's make your move the right one. See you on the next one.